What's up, you guys? Mighty Mike here, your mighty automation and AI expert. I have just been diving into all things automation and branding, and I just love it. So, I actually have always wanted to have a signature where it looks like it's signing, and it's pretty easy to do. And I want to show you how to do it today. You can format things however you want. You can change things however you want. I have actually like to do like a Google Doc. This is the first version, but it looked very pixelated. And so I played around with it a little bit until I got exactly what I was looking for. So I could put this this general doc in the description below if you're inside our community, and you can go ahead and get that. All right, so let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to need, if you notice in here, is that my logo had too much space on both sides of it. So the one thing that I did is some very simple thing that a lot of people don't know. This is our Mighty Automation AI logo. Is you can actually, Canva is just the most amazing tool. You know, first of all, I had to create this, okay, and I had AI help me create a shadow effect, okay, just using Grok. And then I wanted it to look 3D. Okay, and then I got real crazy with all kinds of sparkles and fire and everything. And then I was like, no, I need something a little more professional. So this is what I landed on. And what I did is a lot of my logos were like smaller. So they were like, maybe like this, which is pretty normal. But for my signature, I wanted it to be a little more to fill the space. I wanted it to fill the space and to still have the shadow effect and things like this. It probably doesn't look great on dark mode for people. It's just like a white square right here, but I don't care. I do like dark mode, don't get me wrong. But this looks very clean. Most people still use light mode, so. But anyways, so it's very simple. All right, what we're going to do is, that's the logo I threw in there. That's how I did that. And then for this is it's already done. I just want to point out a couple things here, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, we're going to start over from scratch. So the first thing is, in Canva, is you need to add text. Once you add text, you can animate it. So you just click on animate. You want to choose the typewriter, okay, because it's like, it gives it the idea of on enter. Yeah, on enter. So it'll basically do it on enter. So as soon as they see it, it'll start typing out, right? And then I have it a little bit of a slow speed, so it looks like a signature. And I have it on character, which is so it like does one letter at a time, or it kind of looks like one letter at a time, instead of per word. Because if you do per word, it's just like boom, boom, right? You want to do per character, and then and then you're good to go. You're on typewriter. Now, the other thing is you click out of it. So click like right here. And then you can see the speed. So if it doesn't look right, like it just doesn't really look, like you want it to, like it doesn't like spell it out like the way you want it to, just go back in there, go back into Canva and change the speed. Play with the speed until it looks like the way you want it to look. I like it like this. I think it looks pretty cool. I had it orange, but it looked too pixelated orange. This is blue, so it looks more like an actual signature, which is pretty cool. And then, and I'm a notary public, and this is actually what I've recorded with the state, that this is my signature, which is pretty fun. So let's see. So I actually signed this. This is actually what I do. So it's just pretty cool. And then so now you just go ahead and download it. Probably the most important part that you have to understand is that Google does not let you put videos inside of Gmail. So when you download it, you have to hit download, and then you have to change it from video to GIF. Okay. You want to do transparent background because you don't want the white obviously to show. You just want it to be like overwritten like this. And not everybody does this, but I like to put a little dash in my signature area to make sure that when I'm typing, I'm not distracted by this. I don't want to like accidentally delete it, so I'm just like always typing above this line. Okay. So I'll go ahead and download it. And then what you do is you go ahead and go back into your signature, And I'm just going to show you. You can come over here to the gear and hit all settings. Let's see, and then you come down here to, this can be a little complicated. I feel like Google should really build this out better. It's like this little tiny window. Like, I think we're far enough along now that there's a drag and drop. Like, I develop software. There's totally the ability for them to make this bigger, so you don't have to like peek in on your signature to see if it's correct. Okay, but anyways, you can actually take it and do most of that type of work right here. So you can like, so you can like put your signature in here, and once you like it the way it looks, for the most part, as you can see, this is the old version with the spacing on the side. It doesn't look as good, right? But over here it looks fire, right? It's like an actual signature. All right. So now what you do is you let me just do a new one. So you can go create new. I'm gonna call it test so you can see. All right, and you can have multiple signatures, and the powerful thing about that is when you're over here, let's just say I wanted to swap signatures, I could just say, you know, I just want to do a simple reply signature. Or I want it to be simple. I just want to do a simple I want to do no signature, you know, or I want to do multiple companies. At one point I had like 12 signatures in here for all my different businesses, but this is specific for Mighty Automation's company, right? So I only need a primary signature, which is like your enterprise, like with your terms and stuff like that, just all the legal stuff, and then also some brand, so it looks very professional. That's what you want. And then for your reply, you don't want to have just like, if you're scrolling to try to find information, you don't want to have to, you don't want you or your customer or people you're interacting with to see just a giant block every so often. So you have just a simple reply signature as well. Some of them are more simple than this. Some reply signatures are just like, just like a simple dash with their name as a reply signature, just to create a little break in the so you can see where their reply is. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do this. So if this was this is what I pulled from. Let's just take this one. Now this is like a block cell here. So you can really get in trouble trying to move this stuff around. It's actually a blocked cell, and if you're having trouble with this, you need to go into the Google Doc that I have. You see how I highlight it and it's like a brick. You don't want to mess with all that. You want to keep that structure. So the best thing that I do is I literally steal from other signatures that I have in different companies, and then I'll come and like create a new one. At some point, I paid money for this brick structure. I forget what it's called. It's like a formatting of cells. These is like a cell and a cell logo on the left. But you don't have to pay for it. You can just, I'll give it to you. So, okay. So now I want to put my my cool signature. So I'm just gonna hit enter. So there's a space right here. The thing is, whenever you upload these, it's automatically going to give it the largest. It's going to default to the largest version of the GIF. So if I downloaded it, which I already know I did, right? So I'm just going to do it again to show you. Oh, yeah, shoot. I was doing a lot of work last night on the software stuff. Let's see, signature downloads. I did a signature for my executive assistant. So I'm just going to use hers as an example. So do you want everyone to see? Do you want to allow everyone to see your signature? So you say allow. Boom. I did hers in orange. So if you want it to be huge like that, you can do that. Or you can click right in the middle of it and just click medium. Boom. Nice and simple. All right. That looks cool, huh? And obviously I would put her name here and stuff. So that's how you do it. And then what you want to do is you want to set your defaults. So when I send out a normal email, I want this primary one, MA, the big one. And then when I do a reply, I want this simple one. And I just set those. And then I go ahead and hit insert signature before quoted text, because I'm not a crazy person. Like the idea that you would have all of your reply text stacked up at the bottom is just silly. Your reply text should show up before quoted text. Obviously, when you reply, you don't want to have to scroll to the bottom and find, like, that's such a nightmare. A little shout out to you people who don't use Gmail. Okay, so you hit save changes and compose. Boom. And so anyway, whatever you've saved will go ahead and show up here. And of course, you can always hit here, change it. I'm not going to go into it today, but if you don't already use templates, oh my gosh, templates are fire. Fire, fire, fire. So to be able to set up quick templates, you can just say, boom, click here for available times, like this is a whole reply for people to schedule time to be on my podcast. So little templates like that save you time like crazy. I built it into my software now, but anyway, that's how I started off, is using the Google templates. And that you just simply go to gear, settings, advanced, and just enable. Oh yeah, I don't need keyboard shortcuts. Yeah. But yeah, you enable these right here, the templates, and then the auto advance, where it'll actually it'll help you with conversations. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions about how to create your own signature, reach out to me. Mighty Automation. My email is mike@mightyautomation.com. I love to connect with new people. If you spam me, I will spam block you. Okay? If you want to genuinely connect, I would love to hear from you. And if you're not already inside of my community, I have a community on School called Mighty Automation AI. I'd love to see you in there. Thanks so much. Take care. Be safe. As always, live mighty.